Yo, what is up? It's your boy King Black, and today we're talking about Anthem. And do I think it sucks? Stick around. What is good, everybody? How y'all doing today? Hope everybody's well. I'm here basically talking about Anthem today, and do I think it sucks? I'm gonna give you 5 reasons why people hate it, and I'm gonna introduce my homeboy over here, Mr. Seiji Hito. What is up, Seiji?
This game is butt cheeks.
Butt cheeks. Oh nah, that's all bad. Anyway, don't listen to this man. Anyway, he just like I just brought him on for nothing just to hear his voice. But anyway, man, we're gonna go into like 5 reasons why we think people hate Anthem, and basically go from there. And we're gonna start from the very top. One of the reasons why we think Anthem, well, we think everybody hates Anthem. Well, let's just say that. I'm gonna go with EA. Said you got anything you want to chime in on that? Why we think basically EA, why people hate the Anthem over EA?
I say due to two factors. One would happen to deal with Mass Effect 3 and the debacle there, and also the issues that stemmed from Star Wars Battlefront 2 with the loot boxes and things of that nature.
Oh man, I would even go even further. I would agree with that with Battlefront 2 and everything, with the fiasco that went on with that and everything. Pretty much you see the internet taking a rise over that, and basically just sitting there saying like, "Hey, this is not right. You gotta make this right." And
Yeah.
I think that you think that like EA was basically like slow on like like trying to, I guess, to tackle that situation or make that situation right.
Yeah, they dropped the ball on both situations, which is the reason why everybody hates Anthem so much. Because you had a lot of fans that were invested in the whole Mass Effect series from 1, 2, and 3, and then in comes the ending of the story, and no matter which ending that you picked, they all sucked. Everybody, was pretty angry. So you had a lot of people that signed a petition. I think it had upwards to 100,000 signatures, and then they ended up switching it, and then also giving people free DLC to further apologize. Which, I mean, it still didn't help, but it did help at the same time. And then you have, I forgot too. What was it? Mass Effect Andromeda. That was another one right there.
That was I was about to lead into, but I was going to bring that into my next point actually, and it's kind of cool that you said that. Next being our next reason why we think that people think Anthem sucks is BioWare. How like just like Cindy said, Mass Effect Andromeda. Honestly, I believe, in my opinion, they were so eager to push this game right here to make this game what it is, today, that they basically dropped the ball on that as well, and decided that that game had a short run. Like basically they were gonna just throw some BS out there and go with it. You got anything you want to say to that, Sedgwick?
I'm not even sure because everything is going to turn out to be negative. Because
I mean that's just real, and like honest opinion, like I believe, in my opinion, like that they just didn't want to push that game. They thought that game had basically had its run, and like a lot of people were upset with that. I know, for one, of me being a Mass Effect fan, I was a little upset that it ended the way it did.
Right.
I'm not even talking about 3. I'm talking about like Andromeda. You know what I mean?
Oh,
so
yeah. Man, I went through Mass Effect 3. The thing that killed, like, I could get into it. I liked how they had the system where you could, make your weapons, and then you have different elements and synergies that you can throw into them, and you can kind of like mod and do things with your weapon. But when you had to deal with the actual environment, you had different glitches where you would go from level 1 radiation to all of a sudden level 3 radiation within about like 2 feet in front of you. And it's like, where am I supposed to go? Like nothing's exactly, nothing's giving me that direction. Like, okay, go here so you can keep going through like the level 1 and the level 2 so you can get to the little oxygen area so you can make it breathable and livable and whatnot.
Right.
And then on top of that, they released the multiplayer, and then they really didn't give support to the multiplayer. And then the next time you turn around, it's like, okay, we're going to drop the multiplayer. Thank you guys for supporting it, but we're going to drop it
for new ventures. Reasons.
Yeah, I'm like,
so what about this one?
Been a year. Yeah.
What about this one? Had me over here basically this the fuck, really, what are they doing over here? And basically, this is when we started to find out the pre-runs of Anthem that they were working on this, so that was one of my next things. And then we were sitting here wondering well, what is this Anthem? What is this thing supposed to be about? Well, of course we didn't find out anything of it until what was that E3? Which E3 was that? Was that 2017, 2016?
Yeah, maybe
2016.
Yeah, 2016, 2017, somewhere in there.
Yeah, and so of course this game. Looking at the demo and everything, everybody was all hype about it and everything. It was like, oh shit, yeah, this is gonna be dope. Everything. This is an interesting concept to take on Destiny.
Yeah.
And I think that leads into the next point is another one, a good one that I think we should add in is Destiny. Why we got a lot of the Destiny fan base that's really willing to scrap this game.
Oh, it's not even just them. You have both Destiny and Warframe. Okay. So it's like I technically did Warframe first. Warframe has been around since about 2012, 2013.
Whenever they came out with Xbox One, wasn't it?
It started off on PC.
Okay.
For Warframe, so it's it's been around for a bit, but my thing is there's no reason for the Warframe community to literally hate Anthem. Like Warframe is basically set in stone of what it is. They don't really have any competition to it. Warframe is in its own space. It's sort of like how you have every other shooter, and then you have Gears of War. That's basically Warframe. But mostly you would have, Defiance if it would pick back up and make a part 2. You got Destiny, Division, and you have Anthem, all of them which are in the looter shooter genre. The Destiny fan base, I guess they hate it because they feel like it's encroaching on, their whole thing, and they don't want anything to really happen to Destiny, even though the way that I feel about Destiny is that for the longest time, Bungie's been dropping the ball on Destiny, and they didn't really fix it up until it took them about like a year and a half to actually pay attention and listen to the community after people were crying, screaming, threatening, sending hate mail and everything. Once they noticed that people were leaving Destiny 2 and going towards something else, that's what, you know what, guys, we gotta just push everything we got out now and just give it to them right now. We can't afford to have them leave, because as soon as people started leaving, they were losing that money, and then as soon as people came back, they started getting all that money back.
Right.
So that should basically show people what they were really about, from the get-go. And not to mention the DLC. In order for me to play with friends, I have to literally get every single DLC so that I can play with my friends and I won't miss out on any type of
they ran with that whole micro transaction bull.
Okay.
That was they raped everybody of their money, if you ask me. But I guess moving on, another reason why I think people don't want to give Anthem a chance is I guess the bad taste that happened during the beta and alpha.
Yeah.
I think we can go ahead and just go ahead and name that another one of our points is that the beta and alpha. And you remember, they ran into a lot of horrible server issues. You know what I'm saying? I know for me, for once, I wasn't able to play it until the next day. That bad,
Yeah.
So Yeah, like what do you think you have anything to chime on that?
The issues were pretty bad, but I I don't know. It's like I'm not making excuses for, a launch of a game,
Yeah,
but coming from, playing
and we had other games that had like server issues
oh yeah,
starting out too.
Division,
Yeah,
Defiance,
yeah,
a couple other games. I think even Destiny here and there might have had some issues, but it wasn't anything too severe. But both Defiance and Division are two of the main games that had some of the most ridiculous hiccups when it came to pre-launch and post,
okay,
and it was pretty ridiculous. I will also add that in the alpha, when it was playable on Xbox, it didn't really suffer like logging in. There was really no issues with it. It was actually during the game where you would have, the occurrence of getting, kicked right back out and things of that nature. But they also had other things in there like the pilot mastery, which I thought they were going to add into the beta and the final game, but they took that out. And that's, I guess, what they're going to end up putting right back in. I want to say this April sometime. If we're looking at the 90-day timeline, I forgot. I don't even have it up on the screen right now, but they're supposed to add that back in.
right,
That's why you see a lot of those weird stats down there, like you have the radius pickup and things of that nature. That was originally a part of the pilot mastery. So you
right.
could deal with your radius pickup on your javelin, the ammo pickup, the repair pickup, and different things of that nature.
Cool, cool, cool. All right, so basically, this is summing up all up, guys. We had a few issues that why we think people don't like it. I'm gonna basically go ahead and let the cat out the bag and just basically say, hey, this game has a lot of rooms for improvement. I agree, but it's not the
Mhm.
best game. But it is what it is. It's a very nice alternative to Destiny, and I know I'm probably gonna get a bunch of bashing from all the fanboys out there coming at me, and ready to come with their pitchforks, and just be ready to snipe me off the building or something like that. I know it said it's gonna happen, but anyway, I'm just saying, like this game, looking towards the future, the way they're working on like different updates, and oh, that's another thing we could talk about. We could talk about loot, the loot situation. I know
Oh boy.
that was a definite problem for some people. The loot drops were happening, and there was a bunch of errors with that. I mean, just to sit there and chime on that, but I can say that we can go into that, but that would be a whole nother 5 to 10 minutes. If y'all got the time, viewers, if y'all got the time, hey, we can sit here and talk about it. Drop me a comment down below, and we can crank out another video talking about the loot situation. But basically, I will say this though in closing, and Anthem has a lot of room to grow if you give it a chance. You know what I'm saying? Like, especially the team that's behind it and everything, they've been real quick for us updating it. Hot drops. How many hot drops we had since this game been out? It's been about a month. You know what I'm
Quite a
saying?
few. It's
Yeah.
been pretty consistent.
Yeah, they've been pretty consistent. And I mean, just staying on top of it and everything. They're pretty good with communicating with
Hmm.
the community and everything, because the community, especially on Reddit, if you ever get on Reddit, or any of you guys get on Reddit, I know I'm not big on it. I'm trying to get better on it. You know what I'm saying? But they've been real good with talking with the community, and making sure everybody knows what's up and what's coming.
And on
And
Twitter too.
yeah, I mean, there's a few good YouTubers, and you don't have to take my word from it. There's a few good YouTubers out there that's talking about this situation. Open World Gaming's right. That's one,
Yep.
and a few others. But hey, I'm not gonna go down the list because I don't look at everybody, but I do look at that guy. He's pretty good. He's pretty knowledgeable about the situation. Um, But yeah, so basically, this is our 5 things. I'm pretty sure we did more than 5, but that's our 5 things of why, you know, people don't want to give Anthem a shot and why people think it sucks. I'm King Black. This is Seiji over here, and we out. Deuces.